Italian-American Day here at Saratoga Racecourse. It was a great one indeed. A lot of green, white, and red. We had the kids out dancing. We had gelato. We had espresso. I may have a slice of pizza for dinner. And there we go. We have an Italian sitting with us here tonight on Saratoga Insider. Richard Migliore, Jason Blewitt alongside. I got the Irish in me, but what's it like, my friend? Italian-American Day at the spa. You must have been pretty proud.
I don't know. I kind of feel like every day's Italian-American Day, especially at the racetrack.
Yeah.
Come on, we see a lot of guys we know that are, entrenched in this Italian-American.
No question. Had a few guys sitting right outside the studio a few weeks ago from Brooklyn, and they were great guys, and you could tell they were horse players that play year-round, and it was good talking to them, and we're glad you're with us as we hang out with you for the next 30 minutes. And believe it or not, all kidding aside, Mig, can you believe Wednesday, today, kicked off Alabama week?
No, this meet has gone by faster than any meet I can ever remember. We're already into Alabama week, and then it's like a downhill slide to the Travers, and we're still waiting on word about Faro. But you know what? Let's take one day at a time here, because every day is a great day at Saratoga.
And every weekend a great weekend. And look, when you run into these Saturdays towards the end of August, prime time in the summer, you're getting grade ones on both coasts. That'll be the story as we hit news tonight on Insider. We'll talk about Beholder trying the boys. She will attempt, and she's already got a couple of Eclipse Awards to her credit. She will try to become the first female ever to win the Pacific Classic for Richard Mandela.
Well, this morning, Gary Stevens made the bold statement that she's the best race mare he's ever ridden. I wonder if he forgot about a couple. Serena Song and Derby winner called Winning Colors. But we know she's talented, she's good, and if Richard Mandela thought enough of her to pit her against the boys, and he's got a contender in there, another contender in there, Catch a Flight. But Beholder's pretty good, and nobody in that group is going to strike fear in your heart.
I like that they're stepping out of the box. That's
Sure.
a good time to try a mile and a quarter and the males with her, the boys, out in the Pacific Classic. And we'll see what Beholder can do, set as your 5-2 morning line favorite. Now, Richard Mandela has won the Peak Classic 3 times. Bob Baffert's got 4 to his credit, and he will send out a 2-pronged attack of opportunity. And last year's defending Breeders' Cup Classic winner, Bayern. It remains to be seen, though, Mig, which Bayern shows up, because the Bayern running now, or as of late, does not look like the horse that won the Woody Stevens.
No, Bayern's kind of lost his form, having a hard time finding it. He switches riders up, puts Martin Garcia on opportunity, and Rafael Bejarano gets aboard Bayern. I don't know that a rider change is going to change things up. We saw the horse perform awfully well for Martin Garcia in an albeit controversial, roughly run Pacific Classic, but he did run a big race that day, and he's not found that race again since.
And Bayern hoping to join Pleasantly Perfect as the only Breeders' Cup Classic and Pacific Classic winner. We'll see if he is up to the test. My money says no, but if you like him, you're going to get a square price. I think the bandwagon for Bayern, that was so big during the winter of 2014, and rightfully so, it's pretty empty now.
Well, I think that controversy surrounding the Breeders' Cup Classic last year incited a lot of passion either one way or the other. People like myself who thought he should have been disqualified, was not a deserving winner, and people then came to his defense. So I think, just having that feeling like you were defending him really got people on his bandwagon, and he really hasn't done anything to back up what he did last year.
All right, we hope Bob Baffert runs well in the Pacific Classic. 7 days later, he's here in the paddock right behind us, saddling American Faro. But the fillies, the 3-year-old fillies, get their chance in the spotlight. A lot of history and prestige in the Grade 1 Alabama. We'll have the 2015 edition this Saturday. And first things first, I think going in, many are expecting and looking forward to a rematch between Carolina and Amma Chatterbox, who were 1-2 in the Coaching Club American Oaks here a few weeks ago.
Well, very little to separate these fillies off of that off the Coaching Club, excuse me. I think the bump cost Carolina. Obviously, they were noses apart, and you have to think it affected the outcome. But these are 2 very good fillies. But someone else is joining the party, a Kentucky Oaks winner in Lovely Maria,
who will try to turn things around off a complete non-effort down at Delaware Park. Quirky kind of place, very hot in July. Maybe she just didn't run a race in the Delaware Oaks.
I think it's well said. I think Delaware's very quirky. The track can tend to be on the cuppy side. Some horses don't handle it. The heat of the summer. Now, it's been warm here, but it's supposed to be cooler by Alabama Day. But something about that Delaware Valley It's usually a little bit hotter than anywhere else.
Just under 90 degrees today. Regardless, though, a big crowd on hand. Not only was it Italian-American Day, we gave out the Saratoga umbrellas. Few people were blocking the rays. As you can see, the trees are in full bloom at history-rich Saratoga. Let's get you back to the action. This was the feature third on day 23, the first running of the Bolton Landing.
Bolton Landing and Little Miss had the best start. Laxfield Road on the far outside. Simple Surprise between those two. And it's 2.5 lengths back to Celestial Sighting, who is last of the four, as the leader will be Laxfield Road and Joel Rosario. And they speed away now as they go into the turn. They're on top by 2.5 lengths. Little Miss and Simple Surprise heads apart second and third. And at the back of the field, it's Celestial Sighting, and she's 5 lengths behind as the field moves for the turn at 21 and 4 opening quarter mile, and it is Laxfield Road in front. Laxfield Road, a 1.5 lead over Simple Surprise as Little Miss cuts the corner, and Celestial Sighting swings up on the far outside, and Celestial Sighting's getting going now. They're into the stretch. Laxfield Road, Simple Surprise, and Celestial Sighting into the final furlong. Simple Surprise to the front. Celestial Sighting on the outside, and then Laxfield Road down toward the rail. Simple Surprise drifting to the middle of the course. Simple Surprise has got it. Simple Surprise over Celestial Sighting. And then it was Laxfield Road and Little Miss.
Simple Surprise. She was good today. Surprised me. She handled the turf. No problem. Second time out for Steve Asmussen.
You know what? She ran good in that slop over Churchill Downs. She got over the turf well. Got to drifting about in the stretch a bit. But I tell you what, I was thrown off, and you'll hear it in my interview. I actually refer to her as a he because when she walked in the winner's circle, she looks more like a colt. She's got a lot of substance to her.
She is by Cowboy Cal out of a Pulpit Dam. Winchell Thoroughbreds, Javier Castellano, and the Mig.
Javier, Simple Surprise. Look, he got to wandering around when he hit the lead. Was he waiting on horses?
I don't think he waited horse. I think he tried to drift a little bit in the top of the stretch. She kind of distracted a little bit, and she kind of lost the momentum a little bit. But she kept coming, and she finished strong. I like the way she did it today.
Were you worried when they put up the inquiry that you might come down?
I'm kind of concerned a little bit because I didn't see much going on. And I think the other horse, he finished second, was right on top of my horse. Like now, and right in that horse. And of course, I drift a little bit, but I believe I was clear in the top of the stretch.
Yeah, you were just clear. It looked like that. Irad Ortiz got really hot last week, opened up a little bit in the jockey standings. You come out with 2 wins today. We still got a long way to go. You think you can come back and catch him?
I think so. That's my goal, and try to work it out later, day by day. That's a long meet, like you say. I think we halfway. I think any surprise can happen in this game.
Well, you're riding great. Congratulations. Keep it up.
Thank you, Rich.
The winner, trained by Steve Asmussen, who picked up his 5th win of the meet in Wednesday's first running of the Bolton Landing. And Mig, I'll tell you, Steve has come to Saratoga, not playing around in the 2-year-old filly department.
Yeah, no doubt. And he's always excelled with 2-year-olds. You know, we talked about it a lot on the show recently, how they have them so young. His dad breaks him. It's a family affair. And their horses are so well schooled when they start. They run like older horses. And you know what? They have them prepared. Scott Blasy's doing a good job for them. So, you know, they are formidable wherever they go.
Right, you've got Just Wicked going forward, maybe to the spinaway. Constellation might be in the spinaway as well. We'll see what the future holds for Simple Surprise. No surprises here. We have the voice of Saratoga standing by high above Saratoga Racecourse. Track announcer Larry Colmus, who will take us through this 9-furlong allowance, race number 6.
Street Babe and Noble Moon go out to the front. So Clutch joins them. These 3 out for the lead in the race to the first turn. And then it's Second City, who came out running in 4th position on the far outside as they make their way into the turn. Now CJ's Awesome is splitting horses to be a part of the early pace as well. So they make their way around that first turn, and the leader is So Clutch. CJ's Awesome is up running in second now. Then it's Noble Moon on the outside of Second City. Street Babe 3 wide on that first turn, and then Don Dolce and Hereditary. 23-3 was the first quarter. On to the back stretch, and it is So Clutch in front. Prompted on the outside by CJ's Awesome, who's a neck back in second. Noble Moon a 1.5 lengths off of them, with Second City down at the rail and right next to Noble Moon. Street Babe is in 5th right now, racing outside of horses and 4 lengths from the front, and just ahead of Don Dolce and Hereditary after a half that goes in 47 4/5 seconds. So Clutch and Eric Consell on top. CJ's Awesome second with a half-mile to go. And Noble Moon creeps closer to them. And now there's 3 right across the track. And Street Babe is 4 wide up running in 4th. And it's Second City to the inside, saving all the ground on the turn, 2.5 lengths off the lead, followed by Don Dolce and Hereditary. They're a tight pack that heads round the turn toward the top of the stretch. So Clutch on the inside, Noble Moon right alongside, Street Babe up and after them. CJ's Awesome drop back. A rail run for Second City, who's trying to come on. And then Hereditary on the far outside, and Don Dolce splitting horses too into the final furlong. And Second City's trying to squeeze through on the inside of Noble Moon. To the outside at Street Babe, switching farther out, Don Dolce, Street Babe, Noble Moon, these two now down to the line. It is Street Babe. Street Babe won it from Noble Moon, then Don Dolce and Second City.
A lot can happen in these 9 furlong 2-turn events over the main track, and that was the case here. Orange cap Don Dolce, the gray, ducked in. Did that cost him the race?
Well, he steadied there. He was trying to make the same spot as the 3-horse CJ's Awesome. CJ's Awesome made it, didn't have enough horse to go on, and wound up having to check out. But Street Babe ran big. Noble Moon ran too good to lose. But I still think Don Dolce was best in this spot. Very unlucky, and he's a big horse, and he was still able to regain his momentum and rally outside to be beaten, what, less than half a length.
Yeah, but surging at the end really came with a Resolute run. Now, that being said, Resolute, I think, fits the trip of the 5 Street Babe, who did not pull an easy cakewalk time to begin with. He was basically hung out to dry 3 to 4 wide throughout and refused to back down for trainer Michael Dilger.
Well, it's a great point. What's the lesser of 2 evils? Being wide but having an opportunity to run, or saving ground and getting trapped up? That's a jockey's lot in life. If you get stuck, you're a goat. If you get spun wide and get beat, you're a goat. The only way you make everybody happy is if you win.
That was Johnny V, like a fighter pilot, low, steady, strong for Michael Dilger and Anstu Stables as we break down Wednesday's late pick 4 with the 2-year-olds coming up on the main.
The new Parks Fall Festival will double purses for each of its 32 live racing days. What an opportunity for Pennsylvania breds. In an open maiden special, PA breds will run for over $100,000. So be there at Parks in the fall.
Hello, I'm Brian Sanfratello. Last year, we paid $33 million to PA breds in the form of breeder awards, owner bonuses, and restricted race purses. Our Equine Coalition Group is united in the pursuit of making sure that we receive every dollar we deserve. And that's why our Racehorse Development Fund has been constant in the past 4 years. Please go to our website at www.pabred.com or give me a call at 610-444-1050.
We dig those time-honored traditions at Saratoga, stepping into the past long before there was internet, video boards, even scratch boards. Well, that's how you got your information. Scratches, jockey changes. Do not scratch Andy Serling in the Thursday at the Post Live down at the Parting Glass from 8 to 9 p.m. 3 top-quality guests, Brian Lynch, the trainer, Jerry Crawford, the owner, and Jimmy Patsos, the Siena basketball coach. He's also a big horse racing fan, and we love guys that have that crossover appeal.
We love when we get celebrities like that, people that have some, panache, and people think it's cool. They, college basketball fans, maybe they pick up racing, and I'm really happy that he's got Brian Lynch. He's a very cool guy. The few interviews I've done with him after winning efforts, he's got it going on.
All class, too. What a horseman. Let's move on to race number 7. We'll get the late pick 4 underway. Second division of the New York bred 2-year-olds, that 5 3/4 on the main track. And here's Larry Comas.
Love That Jazz goes out to take the early lead. Fifth Avenue Flash came out running in second. Spin Cycle and Fish Trap Rotor right alongside. And then it's Get Jets, who is racing up the backstretch about 5 lengths off the lead, alongside of Extinct Charm. And well behind early is High Noon Cocktail as they head past the half-mile pole. And the leader is Love That Jazz through a 22 and 2 opening quarter mile. Leads the way by a length and a half to Spin Cycle and Fish Trap Road. Extinct Charm is 4.5 lengths off the lead. And then to the outside comes Get Jets getting going. Fifth Avenue Flash drops back, and far behind is High Noon Cocktail. Around the far turn. And on the inside, it's Love That Jazz, joined on the outside by Fish Trap Road. These two turn for home together, and Get Jets swings up on the far outside, and they're into the stretch. And it's Get Jets storming down the center of the track, moving up alongside of Love That Jazz and right on by. Get Jets gets the lead, and at the 16th pole, Get Jets and Irad Ortiz Jr. run away. Get Jets to win it from Love That Jazz, and then it's very close for third ahead, Bob, between Fish Trap Road and Extinct Charm.
This was about as good a debut you'll see for a 2-year-old. Filly Colt, New York bred open company, Get Jets, super impressive from off the pace in the 7th.
Yeah, Get Jets put on the afterburners, really finished well down the middle of the track. Interesting, horse has got some, to me, more of a turf pedigree, but a $300,000 2-year-old purchase in training. Good-looking horse, a lot of substance to him. And, I was looking at Anthony Dutrow. He was pretty well-dressed to saddle a New York-bred maiden. I think he was clued in. Had
the sport coat on and actually purchased this horse for his stable, Team D stable. Went to $300K. It all worked out with Irad Ortiz up in race number 7. What else happened big on day number 23 as things have quieted down outside? Let's find out. 2, 4, 5, 8, 9, and 10 with Larry.
Malibu as they come to the top of the stretch. A 46.5 mile. They're into the stretch, and it's inside straight. Holding on to the lead on the rail. Governor Malibu on the outside second. You Got It is third. It is still inside straight. Coming to the 16th pole in front. Governor Malibu is 2 lengths behind, and then comes You Got It and Guaranteed. Inside straight, and Javier Castellano win it by 2.5 lengths. And then it was Governor Malibu second, followed by You Got It, Table, who's gaining ground at the top of the stretch. And now it is Lemon Song in front. Lemon Song the leader by 2. Up into second is Bargaining Table on the outside. And then it's Kelly's Prize, followed by Lady Grace Note down toward the inside as they come past the 16th pole. Lemon Song is pouring it on. Lemon Song's going to win it by 3 over Bargaining Table. And then it was Lady Grace Note and Race and Shine. Then comes Wild Goose, who's chasing from second last, and Denim Blue is the trailer. They're into the stretch. Manhattan Dan coming into the final furlong with a 2.5 length lead. And then comes Game Town on the far outside, who's moved up into second. Oscar Mike, Jan's Reserve, and Light Brigade on the inside. They're coming down to the line, and Manhattan Dan fast onto the gate. Fast at the wire. Won it by 3.5 lengths over Game Town. And then came Oscar Icon, More Than a Warning, and Winner's Legacy. And they're into the stretch. The Ghost Bride runs for the lead, and Sylvia T's right alongside. And now they're joined outside by Yes for Success, who rallies up. Blooper closes through on the inside. Hale Cornell's coming too, and from dead last, More Than a Warning on the far outside, finishing fast and finishing the best of them all. And More Than a Warning goes from last to first to win it. And then it was Sylvia T in a photo with horses, and they're into the stretch. And now it's Got a Chance to Dance, who has taken the lead. Got a Chance to Dance in front. On the inside, Rock Me Mama pivoting to the outside. Trophy comes on. La Hinch Classics is trying to make up some light ground. But in deep stretch, it's Got a Chance to Dance and Trophy. These two head bobbing down to the line, and it is going to be Trophy over Got a Chance to Dance, then La Hinch Classics and Wigwam Baby. And it is American Creed and Jeter. These two, 1-2 at the top of the stretch. Joe Mooch is next. Mr. Masterpiece. Groupthink is there on the outside. Coming through between horses, Saltine Warrior making a late run. Final furlong. American Creed in front. On the outside comes Groupthink, who's into second. American Creed trying to hold on. Groupthink, Saltine Warrior on the inside. American Creed will do it from Groupthink and Saltine Warrior. And then it was Johannesburg Smile.
Irad Ortiz picking up his second on the afternoon. 17 cards remain. We'll check out the rider standings in just a second. Irad, Rudy Rodriguez, big with American Creed, closed down this Wednesday program. It began, however, over the jumps. 10 jumps. 19 furlongs, 5 turns, and when it was all said and done at around 1:05 p.m., it was Hall of Fame trainer Jonathan Shepard in the winner's circle at Saratoga Racecourse. He has one win, at least one win at the Spa since the summer of 1969.
That's just an incredible thing. You think about that. I was 5 years old, and this horse is now 3 for 3 over fences. And Jonathan Shepard, he's timeless. Just keeps rolling along.
You talk about 47 consecutive years of at least one win at the Spa. Richard Nixon was in office when he won his first race up here. $28,000, the average price of a new home, and a gallon of gas, 35 cents.
Wow, that's good stuff that you got there. That's pretty cool. As much as I drive, especially when we're downstate, I wish we were down to 35 cents a gallon.
No kidding. That 200-mile round trip or 100-mile round trip per day.
200.
It's 200.
Yeah,
there you go.
Yeah.
200-mile round trip. He's the man. We're glad he joins us every day on Insider as we have a familiar face. As we go to the rider standings, Ira Ortiz Jr., thanks to a 2-win afternoon, well, now he's just 2 away from 40.
Well, Javier Castellano sounds like he's resolute. He wants to catch him. He's got a big job in front of him.
And the trainer standings, Chad had tied it up on Monday's card. Todd Pletcher won today's second race, the first division of the state-bred 2-year-old. So 22-21 heading into tomorrow's action.
Trainer's version of Ali Frazier, I think, all the way through the 15th round.
All right, let's move on to the claims here. Just one slate to bring you one page. It was quiet before race number 10. That seemed like a group they might go gangbusters over in the racing office, and the proof, well, was in the results right there with 4 out of the finale.
And 5-way shake, 4-way shake. And just to give you an idea how sharp guys are, the winner and the runner-up were taken out of race 4. These guys, they're pretty good at what they do.
Doing their homework, and we'll do our homework. In fact, for the Thursday preview, we'll try to come up with some winners when we rejoin you from 350 acres of paradise. Back to Sea Hero here at the Spa. Paul Mellon, Rokeby Stables, a 6-time winner. A little inconsistent throughout his career, but he picked 3 nice races to win in the Champaign, Kentucky Derby, and the Travers. Gary Contessa, speaking of winners, took today's 5th with Manhattan Dan, good-looking 2-year-old on the turf, and he'll be one of the speakers, Mig, at your new owners' luncheon this coming Sunday.
Yeah, I really like our lineup for the new owners' luncheon. We've got Linda Rice, Gary Contessa. We also got Parting Glass Stable, West Point. Just a really good, comprehensive. Roddy Valenti, who won the big race the other day, and Ed Stanko. Think about Princess of Silmar. So we've got a good lineup. We have a good time. We get to go to the backstretch. And what better bargain in Saratoga? You have lunch on the porch, watch horses train. Breakfast on the porch, watch horses train.
Mm-hmm.
Lunch in the tent. We go to the paddock, the winner's circle, the backstretch. We cover all bases.
And for $100, right?
For $100. No better bargain in Saratoga.
And you can sign up at Naira.com. Easy as 1, 2, 3. Couple clicks of a mouse away. Good stuff.
Yep, or call Horseman's Relations at the number on the board there. And Teal Abertrani's been helping me out with it. My right-hand man.
All right, good. Thanks to her. Let's move on to the action here tomorrow afternoon. Filly Mare New York breds are in the spotlight in race number 9, the Union Avenue. Willett, as we backtrack in the time machine to the 2013 Union Avenue.
And Willett, 6 starts at Saratoga, never been worse than 3rd. Last time we saw her was in January, winning the Interborough Handicap. Thought she was going to be bred. Maybe she didn't take. Whatever it is, we know she's got back class, and boy, she's been working with a purpose.
Charlie Baker sends out a 1-2 punch against Willett and Make the Moment, and the Speedy Atlantic Smile.
Yeah, you got speed's always dangerous, although I think there's speed in here to keep Atlantic Smile company up front. She went up to Finger Lakes and got the money recently. She's going to have to show that she can handle a late rush of horses like Willett.
Outside post, Johnny V, and a trainer change to Jimmy Jerkins with Tricky Zippy, who has stepped up her game in a big way. Her last was her best at yet.
Yeah, she's really good, and I mean, she's got 2 turf races. One of them she was eased. Probably didn't like the turf as much as she does the dirt. She's back to what she wants to do, and I think the outside post is an advantage here, Jason, because she's going to get in the race the right way without being under pressure.
Jimmy Jerkins looking for his first win of the meet. He's got a few stakes horses lined up over the next 3 weeks, and that was one of the silver lining moments on today's card, seeing Phil Serpy, Tom Bush, and Michael Dilger all hit the winner's circle.
Yeah, I mean, these are really good horsemen that, it's so tough up here, and you'd hate to see them go the whole meet and not get, some satisfaction and get a picture there.
We get satisfaction now, though, from Andy and Maggie with Thursday's plays.
Thanks a lot, guys. There are a lot of interesting races on Thursday's card and horses to choose from at fair prices. I'm going to look at the feature race, and I think that's the Union Avenue Stakes, the 9th race on Thursday's card. Charlie Baker's got a couple horses in this race. One is the very speedy Atlantic Smile. The other one is the 2 Make the Moment. Atlantic Smile is part of a number of horses with speed in this race. I think it's going to help Make the Moment, who gets a very, very strong rider change to leading rider Irad Ortiz for the Union Avenue. I think she's got the pace to get it done. Now, she's going to have to beat Willett, and obviously, if the good Willett shows up in here, she'll both take advantage of the pace and probably win. She's coming off a layoff. She's got a lot of layoffs, and I wonder if she's going to continually run her best races in these situations. I'm going to try to beat Willett, and I'm going to try to beat him with her, I should say, with the other Charlie Baker horse. That's the 2, Make the Moment, in the Union Avenue, the 9th race, as we head out to Maggie.
Thanks, Andy. Well, Paddock Insider for the Thursday card. We'll check in with race number 7, maiden special weight, 2-year-old New York bred fillies. We're going 5.5 on the turf, and a filly that I liked a lot first time out, who did debut in a stake, is number 7 in here, Praying Mantis for trainer John Kimmel. I like her. I really do love the way this filly's put together. So I'm going to give her one more chance. And the fact that she is a Medaglia d'Oro and she's out of a pulpit mare who won on the turf herself, I think moving to the turf might benefit this filly. She did have a bit of a turf look to her overall. So I'm going to go with Praying Mantis as she's your Paddock Insider for Thursday. Guys, back to you.
Some late pick 4 action with Maggie and Andy regarding their plays here tomorrow. Mig, 1 p.m. You ready? 10 races. And we'll kick off again at 1 o'clock.
Be right back here to do it all over again.
All right, day number 24. Another Thursday is upon us. And we say goodnight here on Saratoga Insider.